Hey guys, Greg and Stacy here from Kzoo Keto. It's getting cold up here in Michigan. And you know what that means?
Hot food time.
Chili. Specifically chili. And soups. But that's not all. We also have a chaffle bowl recipe made out of
cornbread.
These things are going to be great. So we're going to show you my recipe for chili that my kids love, although they prefer it with the beans. It's keto style, no beans. So show you the recipe for the chili, and then Stacy's going to walk you through the process of making these delicious chaffle bowls. And this recipe is great because you can use it for chaffle bowls, or you can make just a chaffle and you can just dip it in there. However you want to do it, you do you. But first we got to do the prep for the chili. I'll show you what that's like. Alright guys, so to make this chili, you can do this a couple different ways. So we got our Ninja Foodi here, or an Instapot. We also have a slow cooker. So what I'm going to show you is basically what we would set up for doing a slow cooker cook. You can do slow cooker in your Instapot too if you want, so it's really up to you and how you want to do it. But there's a couple steps that you need to do first, and that is to brown your meat, soften your onions, and toast your garlic. So we're going to do that real fast, and then I'll show you how we're going to kind of put this all together. So we're going to cook it in our Foodi here, but we're going to use the slow cooker function on it. But you can still use a conventional slow cooker if you wish to. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and I'm going to put it on the saute or sear function. You can do this on the stovetop if you want. And we're just going to get it nice and hot. To that, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. And then we're going to add in our 3/4 cup onion, wooden spoon, and we're just going to kind of make sure that's all coated in the bottom so that you don't burn anything. Okay, so if you're going to make it in the slow cooker, you can just do this on the stove. That's perfectly fine. No problem there. We're just going to let this cook a little bit. And then we're going to add our garlic and then our meat. Well, our onions are starting to turn translucent. We're going to go ahead and add our 4 cloves of garlic in there. And we're going to stir this for a second. Alright, so we want to keep this kind of moving because we don't want the garlic to burn. And then we're going to go ahead and change the temperature to low on this. Alright, so sizzling's that down a little bit. Now we're going to add our Italian sausage. This is 1 pound. And our 2 pounds of ground beef. Alright, now we're just going to break it up. Alright, so now that it's kind of been broken up, we're going to go ahead and increase the temperature back to like a medium high. The idea here is that the juices from the meat's going to basically cushion the garlic, prevent it from burning. So it's going to put out enough liquid that it's going to be okay. Meanwhile, we're just going to kind of keep breaking this up and keep mixing this. So when it's mostly brown, you're going to see a lot of liquid down there. We're going to go ahead and drain most of that away. Now we're going to go ahead and add our seasoning. This is basically 4 tablespoons of our taco seasoning. We got a Mexican chaffle recipe that we used. We show it at the end of that. So anyway, we're just going to add it to this. We're going to mix it around. So we're just going to let these spices warm up, and you're going to start smelling them. Alright, so once you get basically your spices all mixed together with the meat and everything, you can still hear it sizzling, and you're going to start smelling it. This is where we would transfer it to the slow cooker, but since we're using our slow cooker, we're just going to turn this heat off, and we're going to put it on to slow cooker mode. If you put it on high, it's going to take about 4 hours. If you put it on low, it's going to be about 8 hours. So whatever timing you want to do. Also, if you are using an Instapot, you can actually do a pressure cook on this instead for about 20 minutes. And it comes out just as good. But Stacy and I are going to run some errands, so I'm going to fill this up, and then I'm going to basically relocate it somewhere else so that she can show you how to do the chaffle. We're going to add in 2 cans of the Ro-tel diced tomatoes and green chilies. And again, you can use whatever tomatoes you want. Just make sure there's no sugar added or anything. I like a little heat in mine, and so do the boys. So Stacy supplements it with some sour cream. But we really like these flame roasted green chilies that they have at Costco. You can use jalapeno pepper, you can use bell pepper, you can use whatever you want. If you do use bell pepper, I'd recommend doing it with the onion and the garlic. But since these are basically canned, and they're basically added with some lime juice and stuff like that, they're really good. So I do 2 cups of these, which is basically half the jar. And you can add more or less depending on what you like, depending on the peppers that you want to use. Like I said, these are going to give a little bit of a kick, but they're not going to be nearly as potent as like a jalapeno or anything. You can also omit those completely and just use your favorite friendly salsa that you like. This is going to give it a little bit more of a tomato-y flavor, which we're not really a huge fan of the tomato-y flavors. So we like the tomatoes in it, but we don't necessarily want it to taste like you're eating like tomato soup or something. whatever you want to like sort of make it into the chili, right? I mean, a chili's got to have chilies, right, guys? So we're just gonna mix this up. So this is keto chili, guys. So that means there's no beans in it. All right. So now once we get this all incorporated, we're basically just gonna add enough water to cover it. If you want a richer flavor, you can also add beef broth instead, or even beef bone broth. But we're just gonna do water, and I'll show you what that looks like after we're done with that. 5 cups is, I think, what the magic number is for me here. And then we just, again, we wanna just kind of give it a mix. And all of these flavors are gonna cook together and cook down, and it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna go ahead and relocate this out of this way so Stacy can show you how to make those chaffles in a couple hours.
All right, so we're about an hour away from the chili being done, and it's my turn to step in. I'm gonna show you how to make a cornbread chaffle bowl to eat your chili out of. So to make these chaffles, chaffles, either one, you're gonna need mozzarella cheese and an egg, of course, because that's always the first 2 ingredients of a chaffle, cheese and egg. You're gonna need the baking powder, heavy whipping cream, oat fiber, and the coconut flour. I use coconut flour because it's cheaper than almond flour and because it's lower in carb. So your most important ingredient in this recipe is obviously your corn flavoring extract. This is a flavor concentrate, one-on-one flavors. We don't like it. It's not good. No. We like this one. This is Hawaii Farm and it is 100% pure corn silk extract, no alcohol whatsoever. It is an extract and not a flavoring. So this is what we've found and we really like it. We'll have this link down below if you're interested. Just so you know, this recipe will make 2 chaffles and 1 chaffle bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and make the bowl because we're having chili. Pretty much everybody knows how to make a chaffle at this point. If you don't, check out our chaffle recipe videos. We'll have them linked up here. So you're gonna need 1 egg. As per usual, I like to break up the egg and get it a little bit mixed before I add anything else. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, 1/3 of a cup of mozzarella cheese. Then we're gonna do 15 drops of the corn silk extract, 1/4 teaspoon of the baking powder, 1.5 tablespoons of the oat fiber. So I know some of you are sitting there screaming at me that oat fiber is not keto friendly. However, I'm gonna tell you, yes it is. This is a 3 total carb, 3 grams of dietary fiber. So it is 0 net carbs. So it's perfect for keto. It is gluten free. I always put the coconut flour in last because it sucks up all the liquid. And as I mentioned before, I like to use this over almond flour because it is lower in carbs and it is cheaper. And we need 1 tablespoon, and get that in there, and you'll notice that that is going to make your batter a little bit thicker consistency. This consistency is what is going to give you a sturdier chaffle bowl. If you want to make chaffles and cut them up into like breadsticks of a sort, dipping sticks, that'll make them sturdier for your chili. Time to put it in our preheated chaffle bowl maker. Comes out as a pretty thick dough. Just kind of dump it in there. The nice part about the thickness of this is it doesn't really have a whole lot of spillage when you go to shut it. And what I do is I like to shut it kind of slow to give it time to kind of push that up along the walls. And then you let it cook for 4 to 5 minutes. Yummy, it smells cornbready. Time to get it out. We have our spatula and our cooling rack, not a drying rack. As you can see, it nicely fills the whole interior and then just slightly goes extra on the outside. Round the outside, round the outside. Because of that, it's a little bit of a bear sometimes to get out of it. But it's nice and sturdy. It pops right out once you can get the edges free. Let go, let go, let go. And there we go, there's our bowl. Flip it over. See how sturdy that is? Stands up on its own, it's not falling down, it's not flopping one way or the other. Perfection. Let's get back to the chili.
All right, chili's done. It's time to look at it. Looks pretty good. Let's check the consistency, see if it's as thick as we want it to be. Because if it's not, which I think it could probably use a little bit of thickening. If you added a little too much water, I just do a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Because the things separate a little bit, I just like to add a little bit of a thickening agent because it's chili, right? So you want it to be a little thicker. So it's super hot, so I'm just gonna kind of mix this in, and then it should thicken up a little bit, but then it's gonna be chili-licious. It comes out pretty hot, and it's a little spicy, probably a little too spicy for Stacy, so she adds sour cream to it. I just like the sour cream flavor. No crackers. You might hear some crunching from my son over here who's eating crackers. Yes, very tasty. And I love the cornbread. You can just kind of pull it off, dip it in if you want.
Or you can do like me and just destroy the whole bowl.
Yep, just destroy the bottom. And then just kind of like eat it as you go, which is also awesome.
So we may not have crackers, but we have cornbread chaffle.
That's right, we have cornbread chaffles. We can just do whatever we want.
Got a chunk of chaffle, got some chili. Pretty good.
Stacey's coming around with the chili idea.
I like it.
How's she handling the spice?
Well,
Sour
I
cream.
handled it with sour cream and cheese.
Yeah. Used to make it even spicier, and the crackers would help take care of some of that. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. We hope that if you don't give the chaffle a try, at least give the chili a try. So a little something for everybody in this one. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and until next time.
Stay keto.
See you guys. I need to ask if the mic's on.
Yes, the mic is on.
Mic's on?
Yes.
Mic's on.
I never shut it off.
Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Until next time.
Stay keto.
That was terrible planning on your part.